The much-beloved Garrison Avenue Bridge, spanning the Arkansas River on Highway 64, has been the location backdrop for many family outings, concerts, and events. It withstood the tornado of 1996 and historic flood of 2019. Nicknamed the $1 Million Free Bridge, the original Garrison Avenue Bridge first opened in 1922 and was built at a cost of $1 million. It provided free passage between Arkansas and Oklahoma, serving as a replacement for an older, modified toll bridge. Over a half-mile long and over 100 years old, this iconic bridge continues to be the fastest way into downtown Fort Smith and provides route for commuters who work in Fort Smith and live in Oklahoma. Many years of service and increasing traffic volumes eventually meant it was in need of rehabilitation. Patching and deck repairs were being done routinely. The Arkansas DOT made the decision to use hydrodemolition and latex-modified concrete to rehabilitate the deteriorating deck. LMC overlays were specifically designed as a long-term structural concrete wearing surface for bridge decks and have been successfully used for over 60 years throughout the United States on tens of thousands of bridge decks. This video will spotlight the bridge deck rehabilitation work performed during the 2023 and 2024 construction seasons. The project was let on March 1, 2023. American Contracting Services Incorporated was the low bidder at just over $7.6 million. The work included over 20,000 square yards of hydrodemolition and LMC overlays to be completed in 2 phases per the Arkansas DOT plans and specifications. Phase 1 construction began on July 19, 2023, with Phase 2 continuing on December 15, 2023. The project will be completed during the summer of 2024. During each phase, the roadway was partially closed in one direction and two-way traffic was maintained. The latex-modified concrete overlay work on this project consisted of 4 construction steps. The first step of the process was to mechanically mill the bridge deck surface. This process removed the top 1 inch of the existing concrete deck in patches. The milled concrete was loaded directly into dump trucks for easy disposal. The mechanical milling process exposed the pores, cracks, and irregularities in the concrete deck surface and provides an ideal surface for the hydrodemolition water jets to attack. The second step of the process was to perform total surface hydrodemolition over the milled bridge deck. The hydrodemolition robot was first calibrated to the correct settings for pressure, flow rate, and machine movements per the Arkansas DOT special provision titled Hydrodemolition Class 1. The entire deck surface was water blasted by the high-pressure water jet. The desired result is for the equipment to provide a highly rough and bondable surface in sound areas of the bridge deck, while selectively removing deteriorated concrete at variable depths. Hydrodemolition replaces the need for large jackhammer crews. The hydrodemolition operation is performed fast, cost-effectively, safely, and in an environmentally friendly manner. Hydrodemolition also removes all microfractures from the existing bridge deck concrete and nicely cleans up the reinforcing steel. During this process, crews also manned the river below to ensure safe boat travel while the work was being performed above. The third step of the process was the final cleanup and preparation of the existing bridge deck surfaces. It is very important to place the new LMC overlay on a very clean, well-saturated surface. Cleanup of hydrodemolition debris must be done in a timely manner. Lightweight jackhammering was performed to areas inaccessible to the hydrodemolition equipment. The setup and dry run of the concrete finish machine was performed to ensure the proper profiles are achieved. Prior to installation of the LMC overlay, the deck was power washed with a 7,500 psi minimum pressure washer, flooded to a saturated surface dry condition, and then covered with plastic to hold in the moisture and keep the surface clean. The fourth and final step of the process was the installation of the new 1.5-inch thick LMC overlay. This work was performed in accordance with the Arkansas DOT special provision titled Latex Modified Concrete Overlay. The LMC mix design, which uses local aggregates and cement, was submitted for approval by the producer to the DOT. The addition of 24.5 gallons per cubic yard of latex modifier to the mix makes the concrete highly bondable, flexible, and very impermeable. Standard LMC mix design has remained unchanged throughout the years and should not be altered without approval of the latex manufacturer. Volumetric mixers are calibrated to produce a consistent mix, which is placed continuously onto the surface and finished. Curing consists of thoroughly wetted burlap and a plastic film layer placed over the burlap. After 2 days of wet curing, the burlap and plastic are removed, and the concrete is allowed to air dry for 2 days, at which point the new LMC overlay is traffic ready. These new LMC overlays will function as the bridge deck wearing surface for the next 30+ years. The combination of total surface hydrodemolition with an LMC overlay has been used for over 40 years throughout the United States. Current use is greater than ever as bridge engineers seek cost-effective, accelerated, long-term methods to preserve their bridge decks. There is not a more proven bridge deck overlay material used in the United States today than latex modified concrete.